A true story. I was coming back, I forget from where, maybe Toronto, and it was around this time, and I was thinking, Chazal say that every lady was giving birth, Shisha Bekeres Echad, 6 kids, one shot. And I remember thinking to myself, a little bit like the Sahara, is that really was possible? 6 in one, maybe there's another shot. Right then and there, I'm listening to the news, when you're waiting for the next flight, and on the news, they announced there was a lady that just had 6 kids. So I remember thinking to myself, this is certainly, we're holding by Yemois HaMashiach, close to Yemois HaMashiach. The Gedolim, the Tzaddikim, they're telling us we're at that spot. And part of that, being at that spot, is really preparing. Especially now we're in the month of Nisan. Chodesh Nisan, Chazal say, B'Nisan Nigalu, B'Nisan Asidan Nigoel. And that means we're in the month of redemption. And there's a lot in the stage prior to redemption. Even in Yetzias Mitzrayim, that Chavetz Chaim says, if you want to know what you should be doing now, study what happened in the time of Yetzias Mitzrayim. Unfortunately, we forget 4/5 of Jewry disappeared and was taken away right before we left. And the darkness is something that hopefully we could skip, but that's part of the stages of prior to the final Geula. So I was mentioning this morning, there's so much dark things that are happening. One of them, I don't know if it's a true fact or not, but from my Talmidim, I seem to be getting a lot about miscarriages, stillborns, and again, it could be just the reality is that there's much more fertility and different fertility drugs and certain thing causes. But the question is, and this is a question that was asked a few times, what is the status of Nephalim, stillborns, any of a child that's that there's a miscarriage? So there's a fascinating tshuva from Rav Moshe. Someone yesterday was telling me, I wasn't Zeicha, I wish I was Zeicha. One person I really wanted to love to have seen, I was alive a little bit when he was alive, was Rav Moshe Feinstein. When someone describes being with Rav Moshe, it was like just sitting in light and sitting in the warmth of such an amazing person, but at the same time, someone that was so loving. This is just a description that I got from people. But what I always gain is from the actual tshuvas. You could see Moshe's personality, almost his love, coming out of the tshuvas that he respond to people. So one of the tshuvas that Moshe has here in Chelek Gimel and Yeredeh, it's kedai to know this, to give chizuk to people. Chelek Yeredeh, Chelek Gimel, Siman Kuf Lamed Ches. So he's writing to a young boy, because he doesn't mention the name, he just says, Malas Abachu Shlita. And he says the following, he says, regarding your question, if Nephalim are going to get up, if any of the kids that were miscarried are going to get up when Tchias HaMeisim happens b'mheira, so he brings halacha l'maisa, and he was a pesach. He says, we paskin like Ravina. Ravina was a basra. And Ravina paskins in Maseches Halidin Kuf Yud, that a child is considered a child from the time that he's already nizra. Once there's already a conception, he's already considered a child. And Rav Moshe says, based on this Gemara, it's kedai to see the exact words that he writes, that Avada is going to get up by Tchias HaMeisim. But not only that, another chiddush is that even if he's buried in Chutzlach, which usually means that a person's going to have to roll, and it's going to be a little bit of Yisurim, maybe more than just a little bit of getting to Eretz Yisrael. But when it comes to a Nefel, he won't have to go. He says because he's a tzaddik. He says, but tuach is the lashon poshet shelo yeh b'tzar ki em lo yichatu b'shum davar. But then he's speaking to the boy. He says to the brother, he says, "Lechen tiyeh batuach shemeheira sheyal rotzah Hashem yisbarach shazman tchias hameisim yilech achim tzaddikim." You're gonna have brothers, righteous brothers shelo yitamu tam chet me'oyel. They never tasted the taste of chet, and that's why they never even had to go through this world. That's a chiddush, and that's a chizuk that Rav Moshe Feinstein gave his boy.